Will the Iowa wrestling team overcome its biggest challenge this season in Ames? And students give us their prediction for the Big Ten championship game. Good evening and thank you for tuning in. I'm Elizabeth Neruda. Good evening and thank you for tuning in. I'm Elizabeth Neruda. With the Big Ten championship game coming up, DITV sports reporter Max von Griess asked students their predictions and thoughts on this weekend's matchup between Iowa and Michigan.
With the Big Ten championship game being right around the corner, I took to the Pentecost in Iowa City to hear what my fellow Hawkeye students had to say about the big game in Indy this coming weekend.
I mean, were you expecting Iowa to make the Big Ten championship this season?
I think early on, yes. Actually, yeah, the whole time. I just had that feeling.
Are you going to be attending the game in Indianapolis, or are you going to be watching it from Iowa City?
I will be attending in Indianapolis.
Are you going to either be in attendance or are you going to be watching the game?
I will be at the game in Indianapolis.
You will. Did you get the student tickets, or did you have to pay a little extra to go to Indy?
My stepdad was roommates with John Harbaugh in college.
Wow. Who do you have winning that game?
I have Michigan winning, but Iowa's going to cover.
Who do you think will win?
Michigan.
Do you think it will be a blowout? Michigan's currently listed as 11-point favorites. Do you think it will be a blowout, or do you think the Iowa Hawkeyes will keep it close this game?
You know what? I'm used to being disappointed by this university, and I expect the same exact thing on Saturday.
With all eyes being on the Hawkeyes and Wolverines this Saturday, Lucas Oil Stadium is sure to be rocking. From the University of Iowa, I'm Max von Griess, DITV Sports.
The Iowa men's wrestling team will be put to the test this weekend in the Cy-Hawk Series matchup in Ames. Iowa enters this matchup ranked number 1 and Iowa State ranked 16th. The last time the Hawks and Cyclones battled it out on the mat against Iowa won 29-6. Iowa leads the series 46-28. Head coach Tom Brands has full confidence in this week's lineup to bring home another win in the Cy-Hawk Series.
This duel is important. It's the next duel. This duel is important. It is, you mentioned Cy-Hawk. There's athletic department ramifications now with the Cy-Hawk Trophy, Cy-Hawk Series. And this is important to this program, and we emphasize it.
Tune back in next Monday to see if the Hawkeyes take down the Cyclones. The University of Iowa already has a new star. DITV sports reporter Michael Merrick details how Keegan Murray is handling the spotlight.
With the loss of 2 all-time greats in Luka Garza and Joe Wieskamp, many were expecting this Hawkeye team to lack the presence of a #1 threat. But with the exceptional play of sophomore Keegan Murray, no one is questioning who the #1 guy for this team is.
Joe has been a huge guy that I've talked to because his second season didn't really start out how he wanted it to. He just kind of been a huge stepping stone, and me just gaining confidence in my development. Talking to him as just a friend, as a guy that I can look up to, has been huge for me, and Luka as well. I've been talking back and forth with him a little bit too, and just seeing his success in the NBA right now, and just what he has given me as a perspective, being the #1 guy, the top player in the country, has really just opened my eyes a little bit and just instilled more confidence in me.
After being named a preseason All-Big Ten player, the expectations were high for Murray's second year. But he has shattered all of those expectations through the first 7 games of the season, averaging an absurd 24.6 points per game and nearly 9 rebounds. It appears that the Hawkeyes once again have a potential Player of the Year candidate. With Murray being so impressive already, many NBA scouts are starting to take notice. But Murray is focused on one thing: winning.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about that right now. Really, I'm just focused on winning games as a team. I'm just doing what I can control right now as a basketball player, and that's just do what's best for my team. And that's win games. If I need to put the ball in the basket, put the ball in the basket. But all the outside noise right now, I'm really just not worried about that.
The Hawkeyes travel to face the #2 Purdue Boilermakers tonight, and Murray couldn't be more excited to play in front of a sold-out crowd.
Obviously, when you're a kid growing up, you want to be in those big moments on that big stage and playing in front of a sold-out crowd against the top team in the country is just an exclamation point to that and to the season. So I just think for us, we're a group that's really hungry to go in there and prove ourselves.
Another dominant performance against a top-ranked team could provide even more national attention for this star sophomore. Be sure to check out the Daily Iowan website for more information on your Hawkeyes. From Carver Hawkeye Arena, I'm Michael Merrick, DITV Sports.
And as the Iowa volleyball team season comes to an end, they are already looking ahead toward next season. DITV sports reporter Marin O'Connor tells us more.
The Iowa volleyball season has come to an end as they played their final match against Penn State last Saturday. They unfortunately did not end their season on a winning note, but they are looking forward to next season to see what they can do to avoid the challenges they faced this year.
I mean, again, it comes down to off-season training. During the spring, we have a lot of time to focus on, a lot more individual things. Where during the fall, it's a lot more team-oriented. So I think just slowing the game down, breaking things down is going to help us be successful. And at the end, it comes down to recruiting, right? What can we do in the off-season to push us forward during the fall?
When looking back on the Hawks season, they did not have the record they were hoping for. They faced many challenges, including lineup changes, the dismissal of head coach Vicki Brown, and many more. But interim head coach Dave Brown said he could not be more grateful for what this season has brought him.
On one side, it's been one of the most trying, difficult seasons I've ever had, and on the other hand, it's been one of the most rewarding seasons based upon the kids that we have and how they've handled all the adversity. So it's a really bittersweet combo, but I love this team, I love where I'm at, and I love where we're going.
Unfortunately, due to their 6-24 record, the Hawks did not make it to the NCAA tournament, but the university is still looking for the perfect coach to help turn this program around. From Extreme Arena, I'm Marin O'Connor, DITV Sports.
The honors continue rolling in for the field hockey team as 6 Hawkeyes received NFHCA West Region honors. Senior Grace McGuire, Maddie Murphy, Anta Nizel, Loka Strybos, and junior Esme Gibson were named first team selections. Senior Ellie Holly was a second team selection. Nizel was also named the NFHCA West Region Player of the Year. In an email to the Daily Iowan, head coach Lisa Salucci said, quote, "It's incredible to see the recognition that these players deserve. They work so hard during the season. It's great to see them get that recognition." The Hawks finished their season with a 17-3 record and claimed the outright Big Ten title and advanced to the Elite Eight for the 19th time in program history. Keep a lookout for the field hockey team next fall. Thank you for tuning in to DITV News. Head over to the Daily Iowan for all your latest news between Monday and Friday. For DITV Sports, I'm Elizabeth Naruda. Have a great night.